Hi, this is IK. Welcome to React Create. Admin. Here is a form for add a new post. There is a heading and blog post, submit, and ID will be added automatically on the server side and on the client side. Here it is, the admin b submit. Let's go to see script. Here it is. Read. There is a create. Here it is. Create component. Create React element. And that create React element is a child of read. Here it is. And there is a properties. Create React element is every React element is object. Every object can have properties, and this object create, component create, React element create, there is a properties add new post. Add new post, that properties equal a value of that assign value is handle add new post. In curly brackets it is value. It is properties is variable, and we have in React two kind of variable: state variable and properties variable, short props variable. And props, it is props, add new post, and that props here there is a value, handle add new post, and that add new post, it is props, it is properties. We must go to create to see what would be happen with that properties, how process, how use component, how component use that properties. Before of that, add a new post equal handle add new post, that value handle add new post coming from parent. Parent is read. We now look at in read and handle add new post. Handle add, handle, here it is. Handle add new post. Handle add new post. It is object declaration of object handle add new post. Declaration, we declare object, but really we declare function component. Handle add new post, we declare function, and that declaring object handle add new post equal arrow function, parameter is a new post, and the body of that function is set posts. We see why this handle add new post while it is on read, because post is state of read component and can be changed, can be mutate here on read component. We have posts on read component, and set post, here it is a spread operator, 3 dot, and means copy of post. It means copy of post. What is post plural? It is array of all post. It means copy post, comma, new post. It is set post for parameter, there is an array. That array have all members of posts. There is all array post plus this is new post. What we add. It is set post. It is mutate by immutable way. State, we can change state only with the set state. This is a set state. Instead of state, we named that state. It is concretely posts. And set posts, here is this moment, our posts array have one post more. It is array with one post more. It is a spread operator, 3-dot spread operator. And this constant handle add new post must have from somewhere, must receive for somewhere these properties, not properties but parameter, must have this parameter. This object equal arrow function there is a parameter new post, and in body of arrow function we have set post mutate existing posts and add new post. It is new post. It is here is a new post. That new post from what coming here? Let's go to see create component. Create JS component. Create JS component. Look at in create JS component coming properties, coming props. Let's go see back. Create, add new post. It is properties, and that properties equal this handle add new post. And add new post properties. This is add new post properties. We have value. What is it? It is handle add new post. When we go in component create, we follow these properties. Click create, component create. Here it is, add new post. It is properties. It is properties. But we know it is when it is in curly brackets, it means that add new post coming and have, always is like that, and have value. We know what is value. It is that it is a function what we analyze. And declaration of object create, declaration of functional component create equal arrow function. Parameter of arrow function is properties, add a new post, and in the body of arrow function, in the body of arrow function we have two state variable. One is heading and other is blog post. It is heading and blog post. It is filled in our post, in every post, heading and blog post. ID will be automatically add in on the server side and automatically add on the client side. And here is a set heading, here is a set blogs, and here is a user state. Heading, there is initial value empty, and blog post initial value empty. User state here is empty. Okay, we have that two variable. Navigate is something what before in version router 5 was history. Here is a navigate. It is hook or function use navigate, and we use navigate for send us to address where we want. Okay. After something happen, after some statement, we can send. We have sent us to other side, to other address. Here it is. Navigate here. Navigate. Send us to read. Send us, not read. Navigate to the read. No, to home page. Home page. Okay. Now we have a declaration of post data. Object post data equal arrow function, parameter arrow function nothing, empty, and in body we have this. We have object axios dot post. It is method post. It is and the parameter of that method is hypertext transfer protocol security, is address of endpoint. Endpoint is our file, JSON file on mock server, a remote mock server. And this is address of project, my project post 1. It is JSON, it is array, file with array on the server. And this post, there is a two parameter. One parameter is this address of endpoint, comma, and in curly brackets other parameter. In curly brackets it means object. It is object. There is two members. That object, there is two properties, heading and blog post. Properties and close curly brackets. It means that every hypertext transfer post a method, what we send to server, must have address of endpoint, hypertext transfer protocol address of endpoint. In here it is our file array on some file in remote server, mock server. And second parameter is object with the properties. What we send, it is, we send something. We send where it is address, what object with heading and blog post. We send object with properties, heading and blog post. It is concretely value what we typing, send to endpoint address. It is post, two parameter, method post. After server received that heading and blog post, server is worried about adding that on the server side, adding that new post, adding existing post. It is a job of server software. And but part of the post method is part of every request. Always it is called always is a request. Hypertransfer protocol request. It is request post. Every request to server, from client to server, there is a response. Server respond with some number, page not found, or responding with data. Here, server responding short res, we call that short res, dot data. In that data is a heading and blog post value. It means that value, heading and blog post go to server and go back. That new post go to server and go back to client. 2 times go ahead and go to back. And back we have that heading and blog post, and we must on the client side add that heading and blog post, add that new post to existing state post. It is not. It means that we send data to server, and server send us back same data. It is not that data coming to server, we send data to server, and we call server add new post, existing post, add in array, and after that send all array. No, send only that new post, send back. And we must on the client side take care how to add existing state, and how we do that. Here it is. After axios.post we have a method 10, and that method 10 take care about response data. How? With the function in body and parameter method 10, there is a parameter, in parameter there is a arrow function. Parameter of arrow function is respond. It means data what coming to client, it is new post. And in body we create that there is properties data, and in that data, in that responsive data is heading and blog post. And we use add new post. Add new post. We use add new post. Add new post res data, and it is called the function to update the post state. This function add new post will update update existing actually posts on the read component, actually post, and actually post array post update with new post. And after that, here is happened that update. Here is happened that update of states posts on the read component. And after that navigate us to home page. And in home page on topic we see that a new post. Add new post is here. Add new post. But it is a value. There is a value add new post. And that value is function on read. Add a new post. Here it is. And that function here handle add new post. There is a new post. There is a new post. Let's go to see in create. Create must have new post. Create. Add a new post. Add a new post. Add a new post. There is a parameter data. Add a new post. Here it is. It is properties. Add a new post. Here it is. What coming in component create. But it is that properties, there is a value, and that value is add new is value handle add new post. Handle add new post. Let's go. And in really add new post is read handle new post. It is handle new post, and of course handle new post there is a parameter. It is what is parameter here? It is parameter. This is parameter data heading and blog post, and that heading and blog post, that new post as parameter handle add new post. Set post always must be set post on our side, on client, because only set post can mutate state, and that state is on read component. It is posts, it is array, all posts. And now we set on the client side. On client side, we set post, we mutate, we change, and we have visible, complete new array after that. And take care and be patient when learning that. Take a pen and take paper and create sketch like this. Create component is here. Is child component of read component. Here it is. Create. There is properties add new post. And that properties is from handle add new post. Handle add a new post is an object. Here it is. Handle add a new post is object here in read. And our properties is equal that object. That object coming from parent. It is parent, read component, object is on the read component, and coming to value, like a value of add new post, handle add new post. And from here we must look at in create add new post. Really it is handle add new post. Coming in create, handle, it is real value, it's handle add new post. Coming here, and here we use that function. There is a parameter heading and blog post that update state, but not here in create, but update state posts on read side. Make it a lot of time. How many you need that you see management of flow data, management of flow data in React. We in the future we will speak a lot of about state, but through example. Here is one concretely example, and here is a theory with example. Here is a practical life example, what you can use in real world. In that example, we learn about state and about data management. Data always flow from parent to child. Here is an object. Who is owner of object? All this object. Owner is read component. Here it is read component, and all of that is a closure use effect. Handle add new post. It is function. It is closure of handle delete, handle update, handle update post. It is a closure. It is function inside of function read. And child create is function. Here it is also inside the function inside of read. It is also, we can say, the closure. Create, if create is function, but it is function component, and create is a child of read, or if child of read, it means that it is closure, and that closure, that create, can access posts, state posts in a lexical environment. Lexical environment is read is parents' environment, and this child can update state of parents. Child can update state of parents. Again, use effect. Here is function read. In function read, we declare state posts. And only in that component we can update, we can change that state. Owner of state post is read component, is read function. And all other function inside read are closure, are closed inside of a read function. It is use effect, it is handle delete, handle update post, all that closure. And closure is create also. It is also closure because it is function, created, it is functional component, function. And that closure function, we see, have access to posts because it is closure effect. And because of that, here we go inside handle add new post, go inside of create, handle add new post, handle add new post, handle add new post, handle add new post is function. It is object also. Object equal function. Object, and it is variable. Object is variable. It is. I spoke in separate video again and again about object function. Variable equal function. It is important for functional programming. Program where is variable equal function and contrary function equal variable, it is functional programming. And here all the time we have object, declaration of object equal function. And that because function is variable, function can be parameter of other function. But all the time when handle add new post is function, it is closure. And that closure, it is object and object variable. And create element, create function, it is functional component, create. In this have access to lexical environment, have access to outside of create domain, have access to read domain, parents domain, and take this value, take this object, handle add new post. Take this object as properties add new post equal object from parent. And we see that closure very, very important, and that closure here almost 100% of programming. And because create function have access to object of lexical environment, here it is. That access is here. And function create, let's go to see, function create, here is a function create. What to do? Function create accept what we type in form, in create form. And we type heading, field heading, blog post, and component create, function create. There is a declaration of object variable heading and object variable blog post. By use state, initial value empty, initial value empty. It is start position of function create. But after we write something in form and click on the submit of form, call this function. I don't said that, I said that first time. Let's go to see in create form, submit, look at, on click post data, call post data. Let's go back. After click, we write something in the heading, in the blog post, and when we click, that on click, it is properties of button. On click is properties of button object, equal post data. And post data is a function what do hypertext transfer post request. Hypertext transfer post request, and that request there is here is by a library Axios. We create it by library Axios. We can do that with fetch API, and a post method of Axios object dot post method. There is two parameters. Parameter address of endpoint and object, what we send, what data we send to, we send post heading and blog post. After that we receive the response. If all is okay, we have same that heading and blog post here in response data, and we use in a 10 there is a parameter arrow function, and in that arrow function in parameter there is a response, and in body of arrow function we used add new post address, what coming as props, and we have that here, and we use that parameter of that function is data what we just received, and in this row would be update of state posts, but that update must be immutable way, and immutable way is only by use state hook and concretely set state, concretely set posts, and it happened on the that happened on the read.js, because handle update is handle add is here. It is object of a read component. I like React because I understand what I said. And I understand what I said because I learned that. I learn and learn and learn, and with this and other example. And in that learning helped me a lot of artificial intelligence, GPT. They spoke about version 4, but I asked GPT what it is version. It is version 3 this moment, maybe somewhere there is some beta version of, but for me until now is excellent GPT version 3. But it is not important version because it is update automatically without our initiative. And I discussed this about all what I said you, but not all. This last, during this my explanation, I see that create is also closure. And in our discussion, where we discussion about closure, about effect here in user, and that all that is closure, we never spoke about create is also closure. And okay, I stopped this video and I ask artificial intelligence, do I correct if I said that create is closure? Okay, stop video. OpenGPT is very loaded, and I cannot ask it. And I ask when I would, and after that I write what responded me in comment as comment in below this video. Okay, let's go to ahead. See you when you take paper, take pen, and create sketch about this. Reading is parent component, and read is a parent component. Create is child component. Create is closure of read, and that child have properties, value of properties from parent. As a rule said that must be like that. And there is a properties props equal object from lexical environment of parent, of read. And with that props create, component create, there is a component create, there is a form, here is, we see form, what we see form. That form there is two field, heading, and blog post. But look at, I didn't spoke about this input and this text area. Like props, like properties, input element, input object, there is on change event on change, and that event on change equal arrow function, and that arrow function there is a parameter e, which is short from e, event, and in body there is a set heading, because only set heading can mutate value. And set heading change this. There is a set heading, there is a parameter target value. What is target? Target is event target value. Event was happen in target. Target is input, concretely input, and that element input, there is a value, and that value was changed here, mutate by rules, by set heading. Same was happened here. On change is properties, props of text area. Equal arrow function event happen in text area, and that event set blog post event happen in target. What is target? Target is text area. Value of text area, what this moment changed with the text what we just write. When is on change? That properties when happen on change? On change happen when we click outside of input. We write something and click outside. Also in text area, we click something out, we click outside. It is on change. This moment is on change, and this moment when we click outside happen set blog post, and what we write in text area would be a value of this heading and blog post. Heading and blog post. It means set heading. It means set blog post. That set here, this heading, we have here this heading and send it, because we have not here, we cannot here value equal heading. We can have that, but we don't need it. And also here is value equal blog post. We can have that. It is same as before, admin. See, heading, blog post, and when I click send, submit, see, we see. But we see that it is not, we don't need it, because we now see that we don't need it, because set blog post is something what we declare up, and what we declare on the beginning. See, what we declare, it is empty, and we have on change like properties, on change like properties, call that event call set blog post, and the parameter is some value. It means that that value equal blog post. That value equal blog post, because it is a value what we write in that HTML element. We write something in text area, it is value. And we don't need it. Also, we don't need this. All is said here. Set heading, parameter some value what we write in that target, in that input. That value will be heading because it is set heading. And set blog post also. This value, this parameter, this value what we write is blog post. And after this happen, and after this after set heading and set blog post, we have a new state in this component. In this component, we declare heading and blog post. We declare two state, and that state can be only changed in this component. And this component, here it is, set heading and set blog post. And we change it. It was empty in beginning, initial, and now have text what we write. And we click on the button. We click call function post data, and that post data send request post hypertext transfer protocol request post, and in that request post always have address of endpoint, mock server, our project, our file, and the second parameter is object, in curly brackets, object with two members, heading and blog post. And that heading and blog post, now there is some data inside, it is some value, because post data is after click, and when we click, before of that, we're writing something in input and text area, and if we're writing something and click get out of input and get out of blog post, of text area, click on the button submit, we call this post data, and full of load, our object go to server. On the server side, server software update posts on server. But response component bring to client heading and blog post, that new post, and client software, we create script what mutate posts. It is a state on parent, on read component, posts, array post, and add new post, existing actually array. And we have new array with new post. And it can do only a function on read. Because of that, function on read, here it is read, is function handle add new post, is on read component, and can handle posters. Okay, I talk all about create, I hope. Something waiting for free artificial intelligence, GPT, and answer I will write below this video. What to say? If you want to like React, and if you want, but it is preamble for prerogative for priority for to work with React, you must understand. And this my video is one of the video where I want explain bottom line, first principle, how work our software. Only if you understand that, only if you can discuss about that with artificial and other developers, and only like that you will like React and like to work with React. You will can ask about React, ask your mentor. You are ready for every company because you understand. But for understand, you must repeat, you must listen, repeat, and to be patient. But the best part of the learning for me is just searching for understanding, and I must read find a lot of example, but that understanding in the end I must do myself. I must do myself, because if you listen to me, but in this video, but if you don't take pen and paper, or you have a second monitor, and you like sketch on the monitor, second monitor, look at in this script and the sketch, create sketch on the monitor. Okay, I like with pen and paper, and I don't need a second monitor for that. And I sketch where data born, when data start happen, and who goes data from that start goes down. In React it goes down to child component. How mutate? By immutable way, by use state, hang. How change? And connect it with connect a script with what we do here. What we do here, we write, we click submit, we see that here, and that step by step what we do in home page and in our application, we connect it with the script, and every script there is order of evening. I must open form, I must click on the form, click in the field, write, get out from the field, in other field, text area, write, and click submit. That moment when I click submit, I have full of data. and that data I send to a mock server, a response from server, give me back same that data, and I must add that data to post. It is interesting. Server software update posts on server side, and client update post on client side. And it means that our JavaScript, our React application need contact with server when send data to server, when read server, when update server, when delete server, but always have response, and the client must mutate on client side. After delete, we will see in next video, after delete, after update, always client side in response have after a request in response have situation with data back and must mutate existing posts. We see that in the client we mutate posts a lot of time, but never, because of that, never have re-rendering read component. It is because empty array in like second parameter in use effect. Empty array because of empty array in use effect. And it means that we can surf, that we can navigate through our React application without contact with server, and if we don't create CRUD, if we have not need for add, update, delete, or read, we are offline and we surf offline. But it means that pages, what we surf in our application, we surf offline. And because of that address, and because of that we must use a router and element link and router, because the router create address, and that address don't ask refresh complete pages, but only re-render component. That component we have, state we have, and we navigate inside our application. Navigation is not page from page, like HTML element A, href equal some address. That kind of address means a refresh complete page. But our router create pages by a lot of components, and every click, every navigation inside of our React application is offside. We don't have a need for a server, because navigation means re-rendering some component. Re-rendering some component with state what exists in component. If we want new state, we must refresh our application, and refresh means contact with server and have a new state. Here it would be new post. all posts from the server. But if we don't refresh, we have posts like you see. We have post on read, and that post flow, that data flow to child, and if we don't have a create, delete, and update and read, we don't touch, we don't communicate with the server. But if my application, React application, need immediately to see what happened on the server, it is there is technology for that. Whatever it changes in server automatically send to, it is chat and social network, and etc. But if we don't that technology, our server is communication with server is not. We don't need in some time, and because of that, this application, React application, can work offsite and is excellent. The technology is excellent for mobile application. When first contact take data, and after that use that data offsite. Or use data from cache, and there is a possibility of work without contact with server, but it is work with all data. Okay, now it is important. Why router? Router is because router re-render, router call component, not page. But a href HTML link call complete page, complete page. In our situation, it means that that would be re-render, all component would be re-render, and if some of that component have contact with server, we will be every time, every click, we will be re-rendering all component and contact with server. But it is not like work. React is work by a router, and the router create links, but links of one component, and more components create one page. But every click, every hour navigation, we have re-rendering only some component, not all components. And because of that, we have a software, we have a router, we need router and link in React application. And here with create, and before of that with read, we see that when our React application have contact with the server, and interesting that we send the data and we received same data, we must update our state in client side, and server update server side. It is not that server update server side and send complete new state. No, server update server side and send only changes, only what received, that send back to client, and client must create script for mutate, for update, for change state on client side. It means that less data get back. For example, get back only new post, not all array. If you know somebody that need video like that, tell them, like if you like, subscribe if you want to subscribe, comment, any engagement of you is for growing community around this video. And only if community around this video, or rather it is same for all video, only if community grow, it will be environment for learning better and better. Without growing, there is no learning. Without growing community, there is no learning. And I like create this video. I like explain, and I hope and our community growing. Thank you for watching this video.